welcome to Comedy Central News. I, of course, am Ruben Zella.
And I'm Fred Bird.
Yes, and today we're going to have some very interesting stories of the weird, the wild, and, of course, the wacky. In fact, our top news story tonight, Fred has all the information about it.
Yes. In London today, which is a suburb of Kevada, there was an outbreak of chinchillas. 10,000 chinchillas ran through this suburb, causing hysteria. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't really know what to tell you about it. I have no idea which one of those things you're talking about is. I've never seen one.
You've never seen one? Well, it's kind of like a rabbit, but it's also like a giant gerbil.
I see, a giant gerbil.
Yes. It's like a giant gerbil with the legs of a rabbit, only it's faster than a rabbit.
Faster than a rabbit? It's like faster than a speeding rabbit.
Yes.
And it's able to leap tall cars in a single bound.
Yes, they can. They got a huge tail.
I see. Well, that's a very interesting story, Fred, but now I've got some news that I think you might find even more interesting. Yes, I'd like to talk to you today about hover-converted car bumper stickers. Yes, hover-converted car bumper stickers are selling like hotcakes, and in fact, I've seen many interesting ones. Like this afternoon I was flying and I saw one that said, "This here, do something a robot can't do. Pick grapes." And words to live by there. But my favorite one so far was yesterday when I was flying home from work. Just flying along in my car, and this guy pulls in front of me, and he says, and his bumper sticker on the back of his car says something to the effect of, "Littering can kill." Kind of looked down over the edge out of my car window, and I thought to myself, well, anything would kill you if you dropped it from this height. But anyways, that's the scoop on the latest Skyway car bumper stickers.
This just in. Yes, okay, this just in. 2 million tons of chocolate ice cream have covered New York City. I can't imagine what they must be going through right now. Anyways, that's not all, because the oceans have turned to root beer.
They turned to root beer, you say?
Yes.
I can't imagine what the sea question is going to do.
Yes, especially with all that carbonation.
Yeah, the carbonation could definitely...
I just can't think of what it would do to the world.
I can't imagine thinking of what it would do to Sequest. It could wreck the entire engine system on that thing. It relies on fresh seawater.
Well, root beer is fun.
Yes, it's very delicious too.
It is, and I think the crew will be drinking a lot of it for years to come.
Yes, and if you're out by the beach right now and you happen to be getting a bit thirsty, why pay $1.50 to that guy selling pop and stuff and coffee up on the beach there? Why not just dive into the ocean and take a really big drink?
Speaking of Sequest, don't you have a story?
Yes, I do. It's about our old dolphin pal Darwin. Really got into the spirit of things on board Sequest today. Lucas Wallencheck was talking to the dolphin today, and through the vocoder naturally, and Darwin told Lucas he was sick and tired of being confined on a big 1,000-foot Swiss Army knife. In fact, he even stated that he would not want to be on Sequest if it wasn't for Captain Bridger being there. And in essence, Lucas was being told off by a dolphin, and he was told off by that same dolphin for 2 hours. Tough luck, Lucas. Maybe next time you should leave interspecies communication to the professionals.
Later on this afternoon, it was reported that it was raining halibut in Los Angeles. I can't imagine halibut in a city. Can you?
Well, I guess the people in Kevada have learned their lesson about visiting Los Angeles. Remember, folks, visit Los Angeles just for the halibut. And we'll be going to our first commercial break here on the Comedy Central News Hour. And when we come back, we'll have news from around the entire Federation. We'll have some very interesting stories, I assure you. And we'll be back right after this on CSA. In order to create that delicious Janeway's coffee taste, Captain Janeway doesn't just use any old coffee beans. She uses only the best beans found in the finest nebulas in the distant Delta Quadrant. With coffee this good, why drink anything else?
Set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
Janeway's coffee. Worth going the extra 70,000 light years for. And welcome back to CSN Comedy Central News. Now, like we promised, sorry about that, I'm kind of screwed up today, we are going to go around the Federation, not only the countries, but the planets as well, and tell you of some interesting developments we have heard. And remember, these news stories that we get in come here to my little fax machine, which should bear no resemblance to a Super Nintendo, and if it does, your eyes are screwed up. And anyways, Fred Durf has our very first story from around the galaxy.
It has been reported that Fred Durf of Comedy Central is slightly crazy. It has been said about him that he's been talking to a little friend of his who keeps appearing on his shoulder and saying stuff in his ear. Really? I can't believe that. Yes, it's all true. Oh, Master, it's all true. Ah, well, as you can see, the story is false.
Yes, my next story comes to us from Konos, better known as the Klingon homeworld. Yes, it appears that the Klingon homeworld is in deep trouble. Apparently, there is a space storm that is kind of moving from one sector to another. And today it passed over the Klingon homeworld, and it brought a torrential flood of tribbles upon the home planet. And we have heard that the Klingon Empire is asking the Federation for help, and Cyrano Jones is being asked to contact the Klingon Empire as well, so that they can use the Glama.
Kevin, I'm behind you. Talk to me, Kevin.
And another rumor has it that even I'm going crazy. Fred Durf will give you another story when I go out and get a coffee.
It has been reported that on Caprica there has been torrential fire. It has been coming down from the sky in shards of fire. Those Capricans have no idea that it is actually laser fire from the Cylons. Those naughty Cylons. Oh well, the Caprican city is on fire right now, and it's ablaze, and they have no idea what they're doing.
No more coffee. But anyway, this just came in on my little fax here. It appears that people who are looking for stars to star in television shows, you know, those people who go around trying to recruit you as an extra or as a star of the next show, you know, apparently they've gone to outer space to take a look to see if there's any aliens that would fit a part in a major TV production. And it appears that they have found some great talent on the planet Talos 4. Yes, on Talos 4, the producers of Beavis and Butthead have decided to recruit some of the Talosians to be Buttheads. And I get this latest from Space Central. What do you think of that?
I don't know. I mean, those Talosians have no acting ability whatsoever.
No, they don't, no.
It's going to be very interesting to see the creators from Beavis and Butthead create a show with Talosians who cannot act.
Yes, well, we'll have to keep an eye on that one. And in the meantime, however, Fred, is it true you have another fast-breaking news story?
Yes, this one comes from the fashion department, if I didn't know myself. But the fashion department has just come up with an astounding story. It comes from the planet Amalgam. Okay, the planet Amalgam.
Yes, I know what that is.
Yes, and
good place to spend a holiday.
yes, it is. Anyways, they have come up with these glasses here. Okay, you put them over your head like this. But when it gets like nighttime, when it goes to nighttime,
yes,
you put them on like this.
Right.
This is quite upside down here. Put them on like this, right? And you're supposed to be able to
see in the dark.
Yes, see in the dark.
And it is also rumored that these glasses are created from an amalgam of devices.
Oh yes. And you see, when you wear them like this is a true fashion statement during the day. And at night, everybody looks like this. And so, this is the best. This is like the creme de la creme of the glasses you could ever wear. And during the day, you go like that, and it's very pish posh.
Yes, and and you can buy your pair from almost any fashion boutique for the very low price of only $395.
That's right.
Our next important news story comes to you from the planet of Tatooine in the far-off Tatooine star system. Yes. Anyways, it appears that the Sarlacc have had a bad case of indigestion today, really bad. And according to my facts here, some guy, Boba Fett, I think his name was. Is that right? Yes. He came flying out of the Sarlacc pit monster after it threw him up. So we had an interview with him off camera, of course, because he didn't want to show his face to the public, and he had this to say.
I can't believe it's finally over.
And there you have it. The words from the man himself. Did the screen go black there while we were doing that? Yes, it did. Technical problems, but and that almost wraps up our news from around the entire Federation. Pretty quiet day today. We're going to be right back with sports and the weather right after this.
Whether you want to make a good cup of tea, or maybe just the perfect stew, all you gotta do is watch TED. The TED Show, weekdays at 11 a.m. on KYTV, Kevin Superstation.
And welcome back to Comedy Central News. And now we're going to head into sports. Now, what is this I hear, Fred, about Tauntaun racing on the planet Hoth?
Yes, I know, it's quite unusual, but it's really caught on. I mean, I can't believe how much it has caught on. I mean, Tauntaun racing. It's you're going over these hilly, snowy mountain type things. The track is very, very, very rigorous. If your Tauntaun is not in the top condition, it's not going to make it throughout the entire race. As it is, Tauntaun jockeys can only weigh 150 pounds, which is quite huge actually for any jockey. But still, 150 pounds is,
Truly incredible.
Yes, still. And anyways, this Tauntaun racing is really fast and it's really catching on. You see, and
it's just amazing. It's basically what we're trying to tell you.
It's amazing. I mean, you just have to go to Hoth and see it for yourself to know what I'm talking about. It's just something you just can't explain in words. I mean, it's just...
Even though we've been trying to for the last 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. I've got something in my eye. Okay. Anyhow, by the way, if you have something in your eye, you should go to your doctor. And now we're going to have some scenes from today's car racing. Yes, car racing is becoming quite a popular sport. And yes, that's one of the cars that you can race. In fact, we will show you some car racing right now.
Car racing certainly is a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I'd like to watch it again in slow motion, but I don't think we're going to have enough time. Is there any more sports news at all? Or is it...
I think, the Highlight Championships don't start till next week, so I don't think there's much else.
And those of you who watch KJMHL hockey, those of you who want to know, Philadelphia is... Philadelphia still. I find that hard to believe myself. I thought they changed to New Jersey.
Or Seattle or something.
Yeah, Seattle. I mean, Cuba. Cuba. And, wherever that is. Kobe. But anyways, one last little note here. People who are getting hit on the head by golf balls, is now the number one rated cause of death in the sports field. Before it used to be cars running into walls in car racing, like we just saw. However, this time, for 1994, the number one case of death in sports was when somebody got hit over the head with a golf ball or a golf club, depending on where you happen to be standing at that particular point. But now we're going to go live to Ted, who is host of the Ted Show, which is seen regularly here on KYTV. He wants to have a little talk with our reporter, Bob. And Bob is my twin brother, and that's why he looks so much like me. He even likes to dress like me. It's not even funny. But anyways, Bob Zeller will be right there with you, interviewing Ted, who is going to be on the Ted Show. Been on the Ted Show for about a year now. He's been doing rather well, hasn't he?
Yes. I can't believe the things that he can create, the meals,
Yes,
out of absolutely nothing.
I've tried some of his recipes. Actually, they're rather good.
Yes. There was this one that I tried. It was made out of shoestring.
Shoestring?
Yeah, it was called shoestring soup.
Oh, I tried that. That was rather good.
Yes, I couldn't believe it.
The stuff that this man can come up with is incredible. And he'll be talking with Bob Zeller, our on-the-spot reporter, right after you see this.
I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch today. Here's what I'll have. I'll have Ted's Delicious Stew. That's right, Ted's Delicious Stew is available in 3 delicious flavors.
Chicken, beef or pork.
Yeah. It's available in chicken, beef, or pork. So next time you're hungry and you don't know what to eat, try Ted's Delicious Stew. It's great.
Hi there, welcome back. I'm Bob Zeller, and today I've got with me Ted. Yes, Ted, who appears daily on the Ted Show on KYTV. He will be getting his own network soon, however, and will be syndicating the Ted Show on that station and other stations that can pay enough money to receive it. So, Ted, tell us more about your new network and your new shows and so forth.
Well, Bob, I just like to start out by saying, Bob, that it's great to be here, Bob. And about these new networks, Bob, I mean, they're just the greatest networks, Bob. I mean, that we've been able to devise, Bob. You see, because Bob, we have shows that are, that surpass all other networks. I mean, no other networks, Bob, carry these shows, Bob. Did you know that, Bob?
No, I was not aware of that, Ted. No, I wasn't.
Yes. Anyways, my show, Bob, as you know, Bob, it deals with cooking food, Bob. What kind of foods interest you, Bob?
I'm mostly interested in things that are easy to make.
Well, that's exactly what my show, Bob, is all about, Bob. Because, Bob, well,
We are experiencing technical difficulties. We will be right back as soon as the problems are remedied.
that's why my show is on the air, Bob. And
Okay. Thank you very much for being with us today, Ted. Our next special guest will be Dr. McCoy. He'll be on tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be here interviewing him or not, but Dr. McCoy will be on this segment tomorrow. I'm Ruben Zeller. This is Ted, and I don't know why I'd call myself Ruben. I'm going insane. Back to you, Ruben. Well, thank you very much, Bob. And as you can hear, our offices over there are very busy. But anyways, like I was trying to say, it looks like a reporter, my brother Bob, is mentally deranged. That's okay. Anyways, next we're going to go over to Fred, and Fred's got your weather.
Yes, and now the weather. In Jeffergon, it is a balmy 75 degrees with just a little bit of relative humidity. In KFC, it is mostly inhabited by chickens. In the ocean today, it is mostly wet. In Mipos, it smells and reeks of sheep. In Ease, there's people with swords that are getting their swords rusty because of all the rain. I can't believe that. The rain in Ease is just amazing. Anyways, Mario Land is having lots of fun because they have great weather all the time. If you want to take a vacation, go to Mario Land. Okay, where else? Fantasy Star. Fantasy Star. Well, I can't say much about them because their weather is just blah. Today it is overcast and it's just not the best of days.
Well, those are the weather conditions. Interesting weather we're having around the countries of the Federation today.
Yes, interesting weather.
Yes, and, well, it looks like that's all the time we have today. For me, Ruben Zella,
And Fred Duff.
this is Ruben Zella saying, so long, and remember, if you'll be there, we'll be there, right with you, getting all the news that there is to get. But it has to be funny.
Wait, there's one last thing.
Oh, wait, we've got a news story that's just breaking in. My fax machine must be broken.
Yes, it must be. I'm getting from the back room that the president of Canada has now declared that everything should be called Wobble.
Wobble?
Wobble. So, we'll be seeing you next week right here on Wobble.
Yes, and this is me, Wobble, and my friend Wobble, saying Wobble.
Wobble.
I think. This is going to take some getting used to. See you next time on
Wobble.
News for the Comedy Central News Hour is provided by Super Nintendo fax machines, where we believe that getting news is more than a game. For the crew of the Comedy Central News Hour is supplied by Cragmont Cola. Always Cragmont Cola. Studio decorations provided by Garfield Incorporated. Transportation for the Comedy Central News Hour is provided by DeLorean Motor Company. Undersea news and information is found, researched, and verified by the cast and crew of SeaQuest DSV 4600. They believe that beneath the surface lies the future.